Hello and good evening everyone. Welcome to the online platform of Agri Coaching Chandigarh. My name is Pallavi Rana and today we will talk about the topic orchard layout. So in today's session we will talk about how we can lay out the orchard, what are the different systems of laying out an orchard. So when we talk about the layout of orchard, basically two main types of layout are present in the orchard layout. That is your vertical row planting, or we can go with the alternate row planting. So what is the meaning of vertical row? That the layout of the plant is done in your vertical rows. So each tree is behind another tree in the adjacent rows. Each tree is behind the other tree directly. That is your vertical row pattern. And vertical row pattern can be further divided into square system as well as a rectangular system. Whereas when we talk about alternate row planting, so in the alternate rows, the tree in the adjacent row will not be directly behind the tree in the front row, rather it will be in the center point. So the trees in the alternate rows are behind each other, but the trees in the adjacent rows are in between the center of the trees in the front rows. So we'll see it later on. So in the alternate row planting system, we have hexagonal system, Quincunx system and triangular system. Contour system is not basically a part of your alternate row planting. Contour system is just a pattern which is seen in your hilly areas. It is not specifically for the alternate row pattern. This system is seen for the hilly areas. So now we will talk about the different planting systems. So first and foremost system will be your square system of planting. So square system of planting means as the size square is concerned or the shape square is concerned, so here also layout is done in the form of a square. So here the row to row distance and plant to plant distance is kept similar. So as you can see here, all the trees are planted at right angle and the row to row distance and plant to plant distance is same, and they are planted at the right angles. So we have a lot of space in between as well, and hence it will provide space for intercultivation or intercropping as well. So it is the easiest method of layout and the most convenient as well. This is the square system. Then other one we have is your rectangular system of layout. So when we talk about rectangular system, here in this system we can accommodate comparatively more number of trees in the rows, because here the row to row distance is kept more, whereas the plant to plant distance is kept less, because that is how we will make a rectangle, right? So the alternate sides will have equal distance, so row to row distance will be less and plant to plant distance will be more. So accordingly, row to row space will be more and plant to plant distance will be less. So hence in single row more number of plants can be accommodated. So it will optimize the row spacing in your rectangular system of layout. Then when we talk about the diagonal system of layout, and diagonal system is also known as your Quincunx system of layout. Now it is a modification of your square system only. So it is a modification in a way that we can enhance the income from the orchard unless and until the main crop does not come in the bearing stage. So when we talk about diagonal system, here the trees are planted just like in your square system. So here trees are planted on the corner of each square, and these trees are called as the main crop. It is the main crop. So for example, we have planted mango trees. These are the mango trees. Now even if we are planting mango trees by grafting also, the grafted mango trees will also take around 5 to 6 years to come into bearing and for flowering and fruiting. So in the meanwhile, how will the farmer earn any income? So for that income point of view, that the farmer can earn income in the meanwhile period also, when this main crop is not producing any crop. So for that purpose, we will use a filler plant. So we can join the diagonals of the square and then we get a center point, and on that center point we will plant a plant which is known as the filler plant. Okay, so it is known as the filler plant. Now this filler plant is not the same as the main crop. It is different from the main crop. And what should be the characters of the filler plant? It should be of short stature. It should not compete with the main crop. Secondly, it should come into early bearing, because we want to generate income unless and until the main crop is coming into bearing. So that is why it should be of short duration also, early bearing also, and short stature also. And when the main crop will come into bearing. So after 5 to 6 years, as the main crop comes into bearing, then these filler plants can be removed. These plants are removed and they are not retained permanently in the orchard. So hence it is known as your quincunx or diagonal system of planting. Okay. So the ideal filler plants are, papaya will be ideal filler plant, or guava or kinnu as well we can use. So these will be the main filler plants which can be used with our crops. And one more thing, that this system can be followed only when the planting distance will exceed 8 meters. If the planting distance is exceeding 8 by 8 meters, only then the diagonal or quincunx system is followed. If the planting distance is less than that, for example, it is 5 by 5 meters, or if it is 3 by 3 meters, then okay, yeah, so then diagonal system will not be followed. So these are the main points which we should keep in mind regarding the diagonal system. And one more thing, when we do layout like this, so we can accommodate approximately 1.8 times more number of plants as compared to the square system. As compared to the square system, we can accommodate 1.8 times, or you can say almost double the number of plants as compared to the square system. Now moving forward, next we have is your triangular system. So triangular system is an alternate row planting pattern. So in the triangular system, trees in the even numbered rows are midway between those in the odd rows. So you can see this is your one row and this is your other row, and then we have this row and then we have this one. So the alternate rows will have the trees which are directly behind them, but here this tree, it is between these two trees, right? And this tree again, it is between these two trees. So the trees which are in the even numbered rows, they are between the odd numbered rows, midway between the odd numbered rows. And this triangular system of planting is based on the isolateral triangle. Isolateral triangle means that two sides of the triangle are same and one side will be different. That is the main basis of your isolateral triangle. Again, it will also accommodate comparatively less number of plants and approximately 11% less plants as compared to the square system. Okay, and each plant will also accommodate more area as compared to the square system. Then moving forward, next we have is your hexagonal system, which is also known as septule. So as we mean by the term hexagon, hexa means 6 and gun means sides. So here we will make a hexagon, and on the corner of each hexagon one tree is planted. So as we can see over here, a hexagon is made like this, and on the each vertex, on the each corner, single tree will be planted, and hence it is known as. Here also we can join the points and we can plant one more tree in the center. It is the seventh tree which is planted in the center, and hence it is called as your septule system. So for making the hexagonal system, it is based on the principle of equilateral triangle. So either we can make equilateral triangles and then we can draw the layout of hexagon, or we can make a rectangle system, join the diagonals of rectangle, and then also layout of hexagon can be done. So accordingly this layout can be made. Now hexagonal system can accommodate comparatively 15% more plants as compared to the square system, but the main point is that for this system to follow, land should be completely fertile. If we have a highly fertile land, then only this method will be beneficial, because plants are planted very closely and they can compete with each other. So to avoid that competition, soil should be highly fertile. So hence it is also known as septule, and it will accommodate 15% more plants as compared to the square system. Now these were the systems which we see in your plains areas. In the plains, which systems can be followed? When we talk about the hilly areas, when the land is undulated, when we have undulating land and slope is there in the land, so there which system can be followed? Because there square system of planting or rectangular system of planting cannot be done directly. So here we have to first level the land, or we have to make contours out of the land, and then planting can be done according to any system of layout. So here the main problem in the hilly areas is, because of the land being undulated, water erosion is the main problem. Because as you can see, the land is like this. If we are not making any contours or we are not making any terraces, so obviously when the hill is like this, and as the water will come from the clouds, as the rain will come, So complete runoff will be there. The water will come with great speed downwards, and water will bring all the soil and debris also below with it. So because of that, landslides can occur and the soil will come down, and and soil erosion will take place. So to avoid that soil erosion, we will go with contours and terraces. So when we will make a terrace, obviously as the water will come, now water will come in the form like this. The water will not come in the form of runoff, rather the water will come in the form of steps. So as the water will come in the form of steps, the velocity of the water will reduce, and hence it will reduce the chances of soil erosion. The same thing will happen with contour as well. Okay. So we have contour system and we have terrace system, and both of these are ideal systems for the hilly terrains. And in your contour system, mainly planting can be done by your triangular system or any method of layout, and generally here the planting method almost varies, because it is according to the field that how much is the side of the field, and accordingly the planting method can vary over here depending on the size and width of the field. So this is your contour system of layout. It is followed on the hills, and the plants are planted along the contour across the slope. So how much slope should be there for contour system? Contour system is practiced when the slope is around 2 to 10%, whereas terrace system is followed when the slope is around 15 to 40% slope is there. In that cases, terrace system is followed. So in terrace system, proper terraces are made. Terraces are made like this. Flat strips of land are made, proper terraces are made, and then we can do planting in your hilly areas. Okay. So this was the planting system in your hilly areas. So this was the topic for today, in which we have studied about the layout of the orchard, how we can do the layout of the orchard. We have seen the vertical row planting pattern, and we have also seen the alternate row planting pattern. I hope this session was beneficial for you. Thank you so much everyone, and please do let me know in the comments what topics do you want next. Thank you so much everyone.